Is about my trip to Costa Rica.
Woo.
So at the time I was dating a Peruvian man named Aldo, and he and I were very adventurous together. We would go on trips together. We went to Peru, we went to Nicaragua, and on this trip in Costa Rica, we decided to do a few adventurous things. But, you know, as much fun as he was, I always struggled with whether he was the one for me. And this trip helped me decide that. So, the first adventure was we decided to go bungee jumping. And the one we decided to go to was actually the largest one you can go to in South America. And it's actually, you get taken out on a platform in the middle of a canyon. So it's not like you're jumping off the edge of a cliff that you're like on ground. You actually have to be taken out on this thing, which was, I mean, incredibly scary for me. And my first time doing anything of the sort. So as I'm on the platform, you know, the guys that take care of you there tell you they're gonna count down and they go 3, 2, 1, bungee. And on bungee you jump. So I was just like, I just decided I'm gonna jump on bungee. And I did, 3, 2, 1, bungee. And I swear there's video evidence of this. I made a sound that could only be described as like a chicken getting strangled. It was just like, like I swear it's on video. And the scariest part wasn't even the jump. The scariest part was getting pulled back up as you're hanging upside down. So you're just hanging upside down waiting to get back up to the platform. I make it back up to the platform and I look at Aldo, so proud of myself, right? And he goes, "You know you dropped your money, right?" I guess some money like flew out of my pocket that I didn't realize was in there. Ugh, so defeating. So then we decide to go on a fishing boat, his choice, not mine, but we go out on the fishing boat and there's a storm coming from inland and I'm getting a little nervous and he speaks Spanish, I don't, but I'm like, hey, this looks kind of not like a good idea to be in a boat during the storm and nobody listens to the little white girl, you know, tourist chick. So I couldn't speak Spanish to express myself, like my concern. Well, next thing you know, the lightning is starting to come over our head, and I was wearing one of those metal barrettes in my hair, and kaboom, I got hit by lightning. And it went from my hair barrette to, and it like deflected off and went to some guy on the boat's wedding ring, and I was like, "Aye!" or whatever. I was like, "See?" And I was so angry that that had just happened to me, and Aldo said nothing. Then we go to a restaurant and there's this couple that's like canoodling at the table next to us and they were heavily canoodling. And it kind of bothered me. I said that it bothered me because there were kids in the restaurant, but really it bothered me because I knew I didn't feel that way about Aldo and I saw this couple that was clearly really into each other. And so I was so bothered by it that I decided to go sit outside of the restaurant on one of their outside tables. So we sit outside, and when the couple left, the girl said something in Spanish, which I didn't understand, and Aldo kind of went, I said, "Why? What'd she say?" And he was like, "Well, if you spoke Spanish, maybe you would know." Kaboom, right? Like, this guy is not the one for me. So although I had some pretty heavy kabooms on that trip and that experience, it helped me make a big decision, which was hard. It was hard to get Aldo out of my life. But you know what? Now I kaboom a guy that is good for me.